4 movies. 1 about the bi-coastal, international, LA, New York based infinity artists, Christians. 20-year supermodels, talents, and producers. Being the Victoria's Secret. Influencers, talent, more successful than the soap stars who got $1 million a year. The actors for theatrical who were on the Disney Channel as strippers. They rejected CSI in real life off Rodeo, telling everyone they're an actress, telling the slave trade they're an actress. The same CEOs who paid stable jobs. They rejected anything for 20 per hour or less than an agency rate, driving to Bel Air and checking the highest rate, an agency rate for 20 years. To be the referral for a sequel about what happened. Out of suburbia, with a pastor's party for LGBT rights for minimum wage. A producer from my 8th grade when I started modeling in 9th grade. With the party scene, the popular scene, the pastors she grew up with. Partying on drugs Monday through Sunday with celebrities who replaced the real models 2007, where they were retired as the highest paid companies, who would have the 35-15 and 7 years as the referral for 10, 5, and 2. 5-year New York models through Ford, Elite, Wilhelmina. $80K per job. So they're gonna show what truly happened with this brothel for a mental asylum with counseling, but it's never real life. They have boundaries, and they have any criminal assassinated who's a murderer, rapist, kidnapper, accomplice, who threatened counseling because their checks were stolen as the top percentage. The highest paid #1 in the world models for a 7-year period who booked the campaign separate from slave trade for the billboards in the stores, the magazines before they were replaced by pornographers to exploit them. Hair Jobs, 2007. So they're the agency owners for co-producing, but they're gonna show what happened with these horror film productions for minimum wage. School bloggers since the year 2000, through counseling, through the pastors. Certain ones, baby boomers, who humans traffic them as assistants, live-in assistants fed to wild animals, the same CEOs, healthcare as product of retail, who pay everyone through their checks. And then the Bible movie, then Revelation, casting 20-year, and the highest earned supermodels, 10 and 5, 14, 10 and 5, 20, 10 and 5, who I worked with as the Christian artist, supermodel time, as a referral for production companies out of every city, suburbia, country. Believe it, it's through me. Paid referrals. 10 million, 2 million, mom and dad's family, 1 million, 750,000, 500,000, 1 million model employees, Chris and Michael. It's the other Michael who's friends with Chris Davis. 750 for their spouses, if they're the model employees, or a spouse's account. Trusting God's calling for their life when they're meant to be married to a 20-year full-time supermodel talent who was LA, New York based for 20 years. The on-camera degree, 3 times a day, who didn't persecute the Jewish people when they died, and it was genocide because they weren't paid, and they became party promoters for a minimum wage job at a coffee shop with gangsters for rap music videos. And so it happened where the most successful ones in the world truly believed in their calling, not comparing themselves to anything else, and stuck to an agency rate and earns the top percentage as the referral, the first 10 as a referral for the last 10. But this is how you pay stable jobs. Managers, doctors, 12 years into working, 16 hours a day. Believe it. Since 2007, for 14 years, they were signed across the board. But it's through their A-list, 7-year, full-time resume, going every single day to 16 auditions in LA, New York, Bicoastal International. They had this resume to book the spots on TV, to be signed with the runway division, to do the in-store celebrity presentations from 2007 till 2012 from their runway divisions as a teenager. It's paid through the full-time supermodels, talent, and producers because they didn't have an image before God. And it took doing that when they're replaced by $3,000 a year of party promoting reels to have booked 2 spots on TV to have the same amount. Supermodels equal to #1 in the world, who taught #1 in the world through booking campaigns such as the Abercrombie and Fitch, British Glamour, Elizabeth Arden salons, celebrity photographer campaigns such as Regis Corp, were able to teach #1 in the world how to model and book those jobs without ever getting nude when they were replaced 2007, and they booked the spot on TV. They booked the spots on TV, and it worships a crusader, playboy, brothel voiceover to ever threaten them because they're the referral for every small business around the world where they didn't party promote internationally in 2007 for any kind of job to work for less than an agency rate. So they're the ones who booked 5 jobs a month through every division and doing it full time, Monday through Sunday for 12 years, then 8 agencies in 8 years since 2012, Monday through Sunday for the blogging. Sponsored, A-list, the most successful businesses in the world. It worships a crusader not to pay and protect with their boundaries when they rejected any kind of dating or Satanism for any kind of media. They would never need any kind of fame. And they're the 20-year companies, 2020, who were retired since 2007 to have co-productions with less successful production companies as a direct booking. And the highest paid media company. Co-producing with the most successful photographer, commercial cinematographers in the world. And then theatrical producers. So that's a step-by-step process when they stuck to an agency rate and they never had an image before God and they never flaked on anyone. They followed through with just enough until the point of needing to stop and where it's not possible financially. It's just enough for the 20-year anti-slave trade supermodels, talent, and producers to have had the $10,000 a year for 20 years, period. And the only way that they had the $2,000 of lingerie and the $8,000 of gas, the $620 it costs per month, is through the lawyers since 2012. In every division, healthcare is a product of retail. The same CEOs, the government, who pay everyone. But that's who paid them. The $10,000 a year for 20 years. And they need to be paid now in order.